Well, there's been a very disturbing bombshell report that has been released recently by ICE concerning our southern border. Now, as you may know, VP Kamala and the border czar actually just paid a visit down there to check things out, but I'm not sure if she's commented on this. Now, some people are saying this is treason, that this ICE report has found that there's over 13,000 murderers and 15,000 rapists and 425,000 just convicted criminals have been allowed into America from these Biden-Harris open border policy. They have over 662,000 illegal immigrants with criminal histories are roaming around somewhere in America. And even more alarming is the DHS currently tracking 425,000 of those illegal immigrants convicted of various crimes. 226,000 face pending criminal charges, all of whom are just running around in the United States under the regime's very lenient immigration enforcement. So 13,000 of them have been convicted of homicide and 15,000 rape, sexual assault, what have you. It's literally just people from prisons in South America that have migrated here and just let them in because we don't seem to care about enforcing anything. And to make matters worse, over 325,000 children are lost, missing, probably in sex slavery or God knows what. It's not good. And the media hasn't really done much as far as reporting this. They've turned a blind eye to this for years. And then the Border Patrol Union calling her out on Twitter, blasting her that she has ignored this problem for over 3 years. And then she shows up for a 20-minute photo op just to repeat some of the same things that the Patrol Union has said before. So where has she been? And they continue to say a fact checked on her that VP Harris has claimed that she played a role in increasing Border Patrol agent overtime pay, which they've refuted, saying it could be further from the truth. As with all things border related, she was nowhere to be found when they needed her. Because they've apprehended over 8 million illegal immigrants over the last 4 years, and now you realize they need more help 38 days before the election to make it sound like they're actually doing something about it. But they're not. And they have no intention of doing it. And you can say, oh, but it's the Republicans and they did refuse to give them money and they tried to pass a bipartisan bill, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. When they did that, it was a $118 billion package through the Senate. And most of it, as you can see on this chart, even according to Reuters, most of it went to Ukraine or Israel, Gaza, other things. Only 20 billion of that package actually went to the border. So it was like they loaded it up with poison pills and expected you to pass it. If they wanted to if they actually cared, they would have made this a separate bill. But even then, it wasn't that good because they were still allowing this 5,000 illegals a day. So maybe 2 million per year, $1 billion to NGOs to enable the mass migration. The whole thing was a joke and destined to fail. They don't care. So what are they doing? Look at this photo. They sent forklifts to open the border when Texas trying to defend their border, the state, and they put up a razor wall because they're being bombarded. They're being overwhelmed with the amount of immigrants flowing in over the border and put up a razor wire. And so what they do? They knocked it down to keep letting them come in. What the hell? So it seems the agenda is rather clear, although they're never going to admit it. They're just going to pretend like there's nothing going on. But surprise, there absolutely will be something going on. We will lose our country. Now, Harris has called for mass amnesty of all these millions of illegals, somewhere between 12 and 20 million. We don't even know because there's so many people that are gotaways. They can't keep track of them all. So they have a comprehensive plan that includes what we need to do to fortify not only our border, but deal with the fact that we also need to create pathways for people to earn citizenship. Why? Do we have a labor shortage? Why would we need this many people flowing over the border? Now, Elon Musk has pointed out on Twitter, says very few Americans realize that if Trump is not elected, this will be the last election. Far from being a threat to democracy, he is the only one to save it. So he's pointing it out, just even if 1 in 20 illegals became citizens per year, something the Democrats, of course, are expediting as fast as humanly possible, that would be about 2 million new legal voters in 4 years. So the voting margin in the swing states is less than 20,000 votes. That means if the Democratic Party succeeds, there will be no more swing states. Moreover, the Biden-Harris administration has been flying these people in, asylum seekers, who are fast-tracked to citizenship directly into swing states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, Arizona. It's a surefire way to win every election. This is the agenda. And America then becomes a one-party state and democracy is over. They keep saying Trump is a threat to democracy. No, their open border policy is a threat to democracy. It's insane. But this is what the Democrats' policy and plan is, to ensure that they stay in power indefinitely. We will lose our country and we will never be able to vote it back in.